I name is Kenneth Williams. I'll be going over paragraph 2 and 3. For the mission, it'll be Charlie, Charlie Company from 1st 187 Infantry Battalion. The decisive operation attacks to seize objective Modak, and no later than the 7th of May 2024, 0930, in order to prevent enemy from reconstituting combat power in Al Bear. Beautiful picture here. Execution. Commander's intent. The purpose of this operation is to prevent the enemy from reconstituting combat power and disrupting government of South Trobia operations in Al Bear. Key task. First platoon and second platoon from Charlie Company would occupy ORPs east of Bravo of platoon Bravo, and third platoon Charlie Company will move to black position undetected. Synchronize platoons operations, ensure mutual support to platoon objectives, disrupt enemy command and control operations in objective Modak, as well as breach wire obstacles in the vicinity of objective Bull, and to mark a passage lane named Superman for second platoon Charlie Company to pass through. Second platoon Charlie Company rapidly exploits passage lane Superman. End state. Enemy unable to build combat power in Al Bear. Friendly company consolidate and reorganize on objective Modak and set in a linear defense facing west along South Glove Road. Terrain. Objective Modak seized and clear the enemy personnel and equipment. Civilians minimize destructions of civilian personnel and infrastructure. Concept of operations. The purpose of this operation is to deny the enemy's ability to build combat power in Al Bear. We will accomplish this by conducting a frontal attack. Decisive to this operation is the destruction of objective Modak. This is decisive because it will prevent the enemy from conducting missions command and building combat power in Al Bear. Second platoon, decisive operation. They will seize objective Modak in order to prevent the enemy from reconstituting combat power in Al Bear. First, first platoon Charlie Company and second platoon Charlie Company first platoon Charlie Company, the shaping operations 1 will breach an enemy obstacle, the wire, in vicinity of objective Bull at Whiskey Lemur 75760 772 in area to allow 2nd Platoon Charlie Co. to seize objective Modak. Third Platoon Charlie Co. Shaping Operation 2 will block the enemy on objective Frederick in order to prevent the combat, prevent the envelope of 2nd Platoon Charlie Company. The end state of this operation is objective Modak, clear of enemy mission command systems and tactical infrastructure. Charlie Company consolidated and reorganized on objective Modak and is a linear defense. Objective Modak free of enemy influence with minimal civilian casualties and damage to infrastructure. This is a 5-phase operation. Phase 1, preparation. Preparation begins with the receive of this upward and ends with the company stage in the upward in order to march to a closure area of operations no later than the 6th of May, 1600. Critical events include our company rehearsals, PCCs, PCIs, and comms checks. Phase 2, movement and isolation, begins when Charlie Company SPs out of a area of interest closure no later than the 6th of May, 2300, and ends with first and second platoon of Charlie Company in ORPs and 3rd Platoon Charlie Company set in blocking positions on objective Frederick. Critical events include movement coordination between 1st Platoon and 2nd Platoon Charlie Company and the establishment of 3rd Platoon Charlie Company blocking position. Phase 3, the breach, begins with 1st Platoon Charlie Company breaching the site and the rapid exploitation of from the RP, and ends with the 2nd Platoon through the passage lane Superman crossing Platoon Charlie. Critical events of SOSAR and the breach of the site and the rapid exploitation of lane Superman. 2nd Platoon Charlie with flowing through lane Superman as soon as the breach is open. Phase 4, actions on, begins when Charlie has passed through the breach by 1st Platoon 2nd Charlie Company no later than the 7th of May, 0630, and ends with objective Modak seized and the enemy block from reinforcing objective Modak from objective Abrams. The critical event is 2nd Platoon Charlie Co's rapid seizure of objective Modak. Phase 5, reconsolidation and defense, begins with objective Modak seized no later than the 7th of May, 0930, and ends with all platoons, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, set their assigned battle positions, personally creating a linear defense on the west side of Frederick of the Modak, objective Modak. Critical events include our reconsolidation in the vicinity of objective MODAC and platoon engagement area development. Scheme of fires. Fire. Phase 1, no fires, no previous targets have been seized. In phase 2, first platoon has a prior of fires, 88. Second platoon is in prior for 60s. Third platoon in 120s and 155 mortars. In phase 3, got 81st S size and 155 mortars for first platoon. Second platoon 60s primary fires and third platoon 120s. Phase 4, we got 60s for first platoon, second platoon 81s and 55 mortars. Third platoon with 120s. Phase 5, final phase, which is to prevent the mass of combat power on friendly forces. First platoon, it has 180s and 155 for priority of fire, and second platoon will have 60s priority of fires, and third platoon will have 120 priority of fires. Attack guidance high off. Coordinating instructions allow company fires assets will continuously monitor company fires net. 60 millimeter motors move from MFP 1 to MFP 2 during phase 4. Target and discrimination. Alpha Bravo 3-100. This one right here. An objective MODAC with condition is set for breach, so they use that as a breach. Would be the primary observer would be the company FSO. Alternate the first platoon FO. Primary is a 155 meter artillery. Attack guidance would be 300 meters long and 50 meters wide. Continuous smoke for 10 minutes. Net communication, primary FH 3 to 7 fires. Alternate FH 3 to 5 company, now commander. Contingency FH 3 to 6 company, commander. Alternate emergency SCPT 13190. AB 3105, which is it's staged in objective Abrams and suspected enemy staging area. Be a positive identification of enemy, that would be the trigger. Observer, primary would be 3rd Platoon, Charlie Company, FO, and first and alternate will be 1st Platoon. Primary is 120 millimeters motors. Alternate will be 155 millimeter artillery. 8 rounds approximately. Same set of communication. Primary, that FH 3737. Anyways, alternate FH 37325 for company and 3. Alright, tasked or subordinate units. 2nd Platoon, Charlie Company, which is conducting the decisive operation. No later than the 7th of May, 9:30, attack to seize objective Modak. Excuse me. In order to prevent enemy from reconstituting combat power in AO Bear. First platoon Charlie Co. Shaping operations 1. No later than the 7th of May, 0630. Attacks to breach the enemy obstacle in vicinity of objective Bull. In order to allow the decisive operation to seize objective Modak. 3rd platoon Charlie Company. No later shaping operation 2. No later than 0530 on the 7th of May. Conducts an area defense to block the enemy in vicinity of objective Frederick in order to prevent involvement of the company decisive operation from the south. HQ in Charlie Co. as the shaping operation 3. No later than 0130 on the May 7th, secure motor firing point 1 in order to support platoon 1, 2, and 3 with the indirect fires and move forward to motor firing position 2.2 during phase 4 in order to support platoon 1, 2, and 3 with indirect fire during phase 5 if needs be. Coordinating instructions timeline. On the 4th of May, 1700, receive of mission. Same day, in 1900, platoon confirmation brief. 2200, mandatory rest. 0900 on May the 5th, no later than complete with platoon upwards. 1000, first platoon back brief to company to commander and first sergeant. 1030, second platoon back brief to company commander and first sergeant. 1100, third platoon back brief to company commander and first sergeant. 2100, no later than complete with platoon rehearsals. 2200, mandatory rest. 0800 on the 6th of May, company rehearsals. Excuse me. 1100, final PCCs and PCIs. 1200, comms check. 1300, Charlie Company SP TTA leader South Gate. 1800, AA cruiser secured. 2300, third platoon Charlie LD from AA cruiser and 0100, the 7th of May will be second platoon LD from AA. And 0430, no later than 0430, third platoon is in position on Frederick, on objective Frederick. Excuse me. 0130, second platoon. 0130 LD from a cruiser. 0430, third platoon in position from Frederick. 0500, first platoon and second platoon set in RRPs. 0630, obstacle on objective Bull is being breached. No later than 0630, second platoon moves through the passage Superman to move onto objective Modak. Second 0930. Second platoon sees objective Modak. I 1400 linear defense on off. Objective Modak is set. Commander's Critical Intelligence Requirements CCIR. That would be Priority Intelligence Requirements PIR are reinforcing obstacles and placed along axis of advance or around objective areas. Is the enemy reconnaissance element identified along our axis of advance? Is there identification of enemy armed vehicles? Are there more than 2 platoons, 60 personnel, or larger element on the objective? Friendly Forces Information Requirements, FFIR, comprised of a friendly element, contact with the enemy element prior to the initialization of company attack, loss of one squad size element, loss of a breaching asset. The third is Essential Elements of Friendly Information, EEFI, size of company, location of breach sites, objective bull, identification of decisive operation. This will be second platoon, Charlie company, and location of adjacent units, which would be first platoon, third platoon, and Bravo and Charlie company that is doing adjacent missions in order to support Charlie company. Thank you.